Have you ever met someone who seems to navigate life's most challenging moments with an almost supernatural calm? That person who walks into chaos and somehow makes everything better, all while maintaining their composure? Chances are, you've just encountered an INFJ, one of the most fascinating personality types in the Myers-Briggs spectrum. Today, we're going to unravel the mystery behind why INFJ appear to show zero fear in difficult situations. And trust me, what you're about to learn might just change how you view these quiet warriors forever. The paradox of the fearless INFJ. When we talk about INFJ and their apparent fearlessness, we're actually diving into one of the most intriguing paradoxes of human personality. These individuals aren't actually immune to fear, far from it. In fact, INFJ experience emotions with such intensity that they often feel like they're living life in high definition while others are watching standard TV. Every emotion, every concern, every worry registers deeply within their psyche. However, what sets them apart is their remarkable ability to process and transform these emotions into something entirely different. This transformation isn't just a simple matter of pushing fears aside or putting on a brave face. It's a complex internal process that INFJ have mastered over time. They've learned to recognize their fears not as obstacles, but as signposts pointing toward areas that need attention and growth. Think of it like having a highly sophisticated emotional filtering system. While the fears and anxieties flow in, they're processed, analyzed, and converted into actionable insights and determination. The beauty of this paradox lies in how INFJ don't actually eliminate their fears, but rather develop such an intimate relationship with them that they become tools rather than hindrances. It's similar to how a skilled surfer doesn't fight against the waves but learns to read them, work with them, and ultimately use their power to move forward. This is what makes INFJ appear fearless to others. Not the absence of fear, but their masterful handling of it. The inner compass that never fails. At the core of an INFJ's ability to handle difficult situations lies their extraordinarily developed intuition. This isn't just your average gut feeling. It's more like having a built-in navigation system that processes thousands of subtle cues simultaneously. While others might see chaos, an INFJ's intuition helps them perceive patterns, connections, and potential outcomes that aren't immediately obvious to others. This intuitive capacity operates on multiple levels. On the surface, it helps them read situations and people with remarkable accuracy. Deeper down, it connects past experiences with present circumstances, creating a rich tapestry of understanding that guides their decisions. Even deeper still, their intuition taps into what Carl Jung called the collective unconscious, giving them access to archetypal wisdom that transcends personal experience. The reliability of this inner compass is what gives INFJ their apparent fearlessness in difficult situations. When you know you can trust your internal guidance system, external chaos becomes less threatening. It's like having a flashlight in a dark room. While others might be stumbling around, INFJ can see a clear path forward, even if they can't always explain how they know which way to go. This intuitive understanding also helps them anticipate and prepare for potential challenges before they arise. It's not uncommon for an INFJ to have already thought through various scenarios and their solutions long before a crisis actually occurs. This preparation, combined with their natural ability to read situations, creates a kind of readiness that others might mistake for fearlessness. Masters of emotional alchemy. Perhaps one of the most remarkable aspects of INFJ is their ability to transmute emotions into constructive energy. This process, which we might call emotional alchemy, is far more sophisticated than simple emotional regulation. INFJ have developed the ability to take raw, challenging emotions, fear, anxiety, uncertainty, and transform them into fuel for positive action. This transformative process begins with their deep emotional awareness. INFJ don't just feel emotions, they understand them intimately. They can trace the origin of their fears, understand their triggers, and recognize the patterns in their emotional responses. This understanding becomes the foundation for transformation. What makes this process truly remarkable is how INFJ can maintain this emotional awareness while simultaneously staying focused on their objectives. It's like they're operating on two levels at once, fully feeling their emotions while also maintaining enough distance to work with them constructively. This dual awareness allows them to acknowledge their fears without being consumed by them. The alchemy itself happens when INFJ channel their emotional energy into purposeful action. A fear of failure might be transformed into meticulous preparation. Anxiety about confrontation might become the driving force behind developing more effective communication strategies. Even the deepest fears can be transmuted into determination and resilience. The power of purpose over fear. When we examine why INFJ appear fearless in difficult situations, we cannot overlook the profound impact of their sense of purpose. For an INFJ, purpose isn't just a goal or ambition. It's their North Star, the fundamental force that guides their actions and decisions. This sense of purpose often transcends personal concerns, extending into the realm of universal human experience and the greater good. Their purpose-driven nature creates a hierarchy of priorities where personal fears and discomforts take a back seat to their higher calling. When an INFJ believes in the importance of their mission or sees someone in genuine need, their fears become secondary considerations. It's not that the fears disappear. Rather, they're overshadowed by the compelling force of their purpose. This prioritization of purpose over fear manifests in remarkable ways. An INFJ might be terrified of public speaking, yet willingly step onto a stage if they believe their message could help others. They might be naturally conflict-averse, but stand firm in a confrontation when defending their values or protecting someone vulnerable. The strength of their convictions literally overrides their fear response. Furthermore, this purpose-driven approach creates a kind of psychological buffer against fear. When your actions are aligned with your deepest values and beliefs, fear loses much of its paralyzing power. It becomes merely one factor to consider rather than a decisive force. Reading between the lines, the INFJ's secret weapon. What many mistake for fearlessness in INFJ is actually their extraordinary ability to read between the lines in any situation. This isn't just about being observant. It's about processing information on multiple levels simultaneously. INFJ possess an almost uncanny ability to pick up on subtle nuances, unspoken dynamics, and the underlying currents that shape any situation they encounter. This heightened awareness operates like a sophisticated radar system, constantly scanning the environment for both obvious and subtle cues. They notice the slight tremor in someone's voice, the brief flash of uncertainty in their eyes, the subtle shift in body language that others might miss. This deep reading of situations gives them a significant advantage when facing challenges, as they're rarely caught completely off guard. Their ability to perceive these subtle undercurrents extends beyond just reading people. It encompasses understanding the broader context and implications of any situation they face. It's like they're playing with a fully revealed hand, while others are still trying to peek at their cards. This comprehensive awareness doesn't eliminate fear, but it does provide them with a level of confidence that can appear as fearlessness to outside observers. Moreover, this ability to read between the lines helps INFJ anticipate and prepare for potential challenges before they fully materialize. They often sense the brewing of a storm long before the first clouds appear, allowing them to take preventive action or prepare appropriate responses well in advance. This proactive approach, born from their deep perceptiveness, creates a kind of prepared confidence that others might interpret as natural fearlessness. The shield of empathy. Perhaps one of the most counterintuitive aspects of INFJ fearlessness is how they use their empathy as a protective shield. While many might assume that being highly empathetic would make someone more vulnerable to fear and anxiety, INFJ have learned to transform their empathetic nature into a source of strength and resilience. Their empathy functions like a sophisticated emotional radar system, allowing them to understand not just their own fears, but also the fears and motivations of others. This deep understanding creates a kind of emotional intelligence that helps them navigate challenging situations with remarkable grace. When facing a difficult person or situation, their first instinct isn't to react with fear, but to understand the underlying causes and emotions at play. This empathetic understanding often shifts their focus from their own fears to the needs and concerns of others. It's like having a secret superpower. While others might be caught up in their own anxiety, INFJ are busy understanding and addressing the root causes of the situation. This outward focus naturally diminishes the power of their own fears, not because they're suppressing them, but because they're channeling their energy into understanding and resolving the broader situation. The long game, strategic fearlessness. INFJ approach difficult situations with a perspective that extends far beyond the immediate moment. Their strategic thinking isn't just about planning ahead. It's about understanding how current challenges fit into a larger pattern of personal and collective growth. This long-term perspective helps them maintain composure in situations that might cause others to panic. Think of it like a chess master who isn't just focused on the next move, but is always thinking several moves ahead. INFJ naturally consider the ripple effects of their actions and decisions, which helps them maintain a sense of control even in challenging situations. This strategic mindset allows them to see temporary setbacks as necessary steps in a longer journey rather than as insurmountable obstacles. Their ability to maintain this broader perspective comes from their natural inclination to seek meaning and patterns in everything they experience. Each challenge is viewed not as an isolated incident, but as part of a larger narrative of growth and development. This understanding helps them maintain emotional equilibrium even when facing immediate difficulties, as they can always connect current challenges to their longer-term vision. The quiet revolution within. The internal world of an INFJ is like a constantly running processing plant where emotions, experiences, and insights are continuously being analyzed and integrated. Unlike many who need to process their fears and anxieties externally through discussion or action, INFJ do much of their emotional processing internally and privately. This internal processing is sophisticated and multi-layered. They don't just think about their fears. They examine them from multiple angles, understanding their origins, implications, and potential transformations. By the time an INFJ faces a challenging situation publicly, they've often already worked through many of their fears and concerns privately. What others see as fearlessness is often the result of this thorough internal processing. It's like watching someone execute a perfect dive without seeing all the practice sessions that came before. The apparent ease with which INFJ handle difficult situations is the visible result of invisible internal work they've already completed. The strength of sensitivity. In a world that often equates sensitivity with weakness, INFJ demonstrate how sensitivity can actually be a source of tremendous strength. Their heightened sensitivity doesn't make them more vulnerable to fear. Instead, it provides them with a richer understanding of themselves and their environment, which in turn helps them navigate challenges more effectively. This sensitivity gives them access to layers of information and understanding that others might miss entirely. It's like having a high-definition emotional camera while others are working with basic equipment. They pick up on subtle nuances, underlying tensions, and potential opportunities that might be invisible to less sensitive individuals. Their sensitivity also allows them to anticipate and prepare for challenges before they become critical. They can often sense when a situation is about to become difficult and take preemptive action to address potential problems. This proactive approach, combined with their deep understanding of emotional dynamics, helps them maintain composure in situations that might overwhelm others. The art of calculated courage. What many perceive as fearlessness in INFJ is actually a highly refined form of calculated courage. They don't rush blindly into challenging situations. Instead, they carefully assess risks and potential outcomes before taking action. This thoughtful approach to courage is what makes their fearlessness sustainable and effective. Their courage is built on a foundation of careful observation, deep understanding, and strategic thinking. Before taking action, they typically consider multiple angles, potential outcomes, and possible consequences. This thorough preparation gives them a kind of confidence that can appear as fearlessness to others. When values trump fear. Perhaps the most powerful source of an INFJ's apparent fearlessness comes from their unwavering commitment to their core values. Their value system isn't just a set of guidelines. It's the bedrock of their identity and the foundation from which they face life's challenges. When an INFJ's values are at stake, their fears become secondary considerations in a way that can appear almost superhuman to outside observers. This value-driven courage manifests in remarkable ways. An INFJ might be naturally conflict-averse, yet they'll stand firm in confrontation when their principles are challenged. They might struggle with social anxiety, yet they'll speak up without hesitation when they witness injustice. This isn't because they don't feel fear. It's because their values create an internal compass that guides them regardless of their emotional state. The relationship between their values and fear operates on multiple levels. On a practical level, their values provide clear guidelines for action, reducing the paralysis that fear often creates. On an emotional level, their commitment to their principles generates a kind of moral courage that can override their natural anxieties. And on a deeper existential level, their values give meaning to their struggles, making fear feel less significant in comparison to the importance of staying true to their beliefs. What makes this aspect of INFJ fearlessness particularly fascinating is how it transforms their relationship with fear itself. Instead of seeing fear as something to be conquered or overcome, they view it as simply one factor to consider in their decision-making process. Their values become the primary filter through which they evaluate situations, with fear taking a secondary role. The role of past experiences. The way INFJ process and integrate their past experiences plays a crucial role in their ability to handle difficult situations without apparent fear. Unlike many who might be traumatized or discouraged by past challenges, INFJ have a unique ability to transform their experiences into wisdom and strength. They're like emotional archaeologists, carefully excavating their past experiences for valuable insights that can guide their future actions. Each challenge an INFJ faces becomes a learning opportunity, a chance to develop new understanding and strategies. They don't just remember what happened. They analyze the situation from multiple angles, understanding not just the what but the why and how. This deep processing of experience creates a rich internal database of knowledge that they can draw upon when facing new challenges. Their relationship with past experiences is particularly sophisticated because they don't just learn from their successes. They extract valuable lessons from their failures and struggles as well. Every setback, every mistake, every moment of fear becomes material for growth and development. This comprehensive integration of experience helps them approach new challenges with a kind of informed confidence that can look like fearlessness to others. What's particularly noteworthy about how INFJ handle past experiences is their ability to recognize patterns and apply lessons learned in one context to entirely different situations. This transfer of knowledge and understanding helps them maintain composure in novel situations because they can draw upon their accumulated wisdom even when facing unfamiliar challenges. Synthesis and integration. The INFJ's holistic approach to fear. What truly sets INFJ apart in their handling of difficult situations is their ability to integrate all these different aspects. Their intuition, empathy, values, experiences, and strategic thinking into a cohesive whole. This integration creates a kind of psychological ecosystem where each element supports and reinforces the others, resulting in a remarkably resilient approach to challenging situations. Their intuition works in harmony with their past experiences, allowing them to recognize patterns and anticipate outcomes. Their empathy combines with their value system to create a powerful motivation that can override personal fears. Their strategic thinking is enhanced by their sensitivity, enabling them to plan and act with both wisdom and compassion. This holistic integration is what makes their fearlessness seem so natural and effortless. Conclusion: the truth behind INFJ fearlessness. As we've explored throughout this deep dive into the INFJ personality, what appears as fearlessness is actually something far more fascinating and complex. It's not that INFJ don't experience fear. They do, often quite intensely. What makes them remarkable is their ability to work with their fears in a way that transforms them from obstacles into tools for growth and positive action. Their apparent fearlessness is the visible manifestation of deep internal processes. Their sophisticated emotional intelligence, their strong value system, their strategic thinking, and their ability to integrate multiple perspectives and experiences. It's the result of their unique combination of sensitivity and strength, intuition and analysis, personal conviction, and universal empathy. Understanding this truth about INFJ fearlessness offers valuable insights for everyone, regardless of personality type. It reminds us that true courage isn't about the absence of fear, but about how we relate to and work with our fears. It shows us that sensitivity can be a source of strength, that empathy can be a shield, and that our values can guide us through our most challenging moments. For INFJ themselves, this understanding can help them appreciate their unique gifts and continue developing their natural strengths. For others, it offers a window into a different way of approaching fear and difficulty, one that transforms challenges into opportunities for growth and positive change. In the end, the INFJ's approach to fear teaches us all that what matters isn't being fearless, but being wise in how we handle our fears. It's about finding our own path to courage, guided by our values, informed by our experiences, and driven by our desire to make a positive difference in the world.